Is this mic on? Ugh, so bad with fucking technology.
Mommy, you said the F word.
Sorry, babe. Welcome to Mommy You Said the F Word. I'm your host, Sarah Goldsborough. I've experienced firsthand the messy, magical, and sometimes maddening world of motherhood. We'll share some laughs and shed some tears as I dive deep into the highs and lows of life, confront loss, chat about career, fitness, creating a life you love, finding yourself again after kids, and who the fuck knows what else. This is a space where authenticity reigns supreme, so get ready to strip away the BS and get candid as fuck. Hey guys. So something that has become super important to me, I would say over this past year and a half especially, is really making fitness and my health a number one priority. I would say it is probably the most important thing to me at this point. I am 43 years old and health and fitness is not something that has always been a big part of my life. Like when I was in my 20s and going out and drinking, I worked out, but it was more occasional and it was more to fucking lose weight because I was going out and drinking and eating at 3 a.m. and I definitely gained weight. My weight fluctuated a lot in my 20s. There was one point where I think I gained 30 pounds one year, and I did Weight Watchers. I did a ton of cardio at the gym. And when you're in your 20s, your metabolism's a little different. So I did lose the weight, but it was not ever something that was like a huge priority unless like I wanted to lose weight. It wasn't like I was like, okay, I'm just gonna eat healthy and not drink anymore and work out regularly because I just wanna be healthy and feel good. No, it was always like gain a little weight, get strict with myself for a few months, and then little by little stop going to the gym as much. And it was never like a lifestyle for me. And then in my 30s, so I had my son Camden when I was 34 years old. So at that point, I would say when I got pregnant with Cam, like I was in pretty good shape. I had just gotten married. I was actually pregnant with Cam when I got married. I got pregnant a few months before our wedding. But leading up to that, I was working out and I was in pretty good shape when I got pregnant with Cam. But then after I had Cam, obviously I had gained weight from the pregnancy. And then 2 months after I had Cam, I had to have an emergency abdominal surgery. I had an ovarian cyst that was the size of a football when I gave birth to Cam, unbeknownst to me. And so 2 months after I had Cam, I had to have an emergency abdominal surgery to remove that ovarian cyst along with one of my ovaries, which left me with a huge scar down the center of my stomach. I had Cam vaginally. I didn't even have a C-section with Cam. I thought I got away without having to have a C-section, and then 2 months later had an even more major abdominal surgery. Anytime you have any kind of abdominal surgery, you're at risk for developing a hernia. A hernia is basically a hole in your abdominal wall. Anytime you have trauma to your abdominal wall or surgery, the tissue is very easy to like open back up basically. Of course, I had a little baby at home and they're always like, oh, don't lift over the size of a gallon of milk. Don't lift more than, whatever, 5-10 pounds. And it's okay. I have a baby at home. I have to lift car seats and strollers and all the things. So over time, I did develop a hernia, which started out small. It was a small hole in my abdominal wall. I did have several pregnancies, quite a few pregnancies after I had Cam. Unfortunately, they all ended with miscarriages and pregnancy losses, but it still stretched out my abdomen a bit. And so over time, the hernia got larger and larger until 2023. After I decided we weren't going to try to have any more kids, I decided I needed to have hernia repair surgery because the hole in my abdomen was huge. I started working with my trainer, Allison, but there was only so much I could do because the hernia was so severe. The tissue was so separated that really any amount of exercise that I did, it wasn't going to do much to repair my stomach. And I've posted pictures on my Instagram of my stomach before I had my surgery, and there was times when I really looked pregnant because the hernia was just so large. And there were times when basically, like, it sounds so gross, but like basically my intestines were like right underneath the surface of my skin. There was nothing holding it in. So like as soon as I would eat something, it was like my stomach was like bloated, and it was bad. And I was just tired of really just not feeling healthy. It just made me feel not healthy and not good about myself. I was working out. I would say I was doing what I could as far as working out, but I just was never going to get the results that I wanted. I was never going to have a nice stomach, or I just wanted to feel comfortable in my clothes. I was tired of wearing like Spanx and things to hold in my stomach. And I've always been like a crop top girly. And I gotta be honest, I still wore crop tops even when my stomach was fucked up, but I would wear like high-waisted pants or high-waisted jeans and like a crop top so it held everything in, because it was more like my lower stomach that would like stick out a bit. But like I still had a little bit of abs up top, so I just played that up. I wasn't feeling great about my body, and I was like, it's just time. I need to get this repaired, because just for like health reasons. And then also at the same time, when I had the consultation with my doctor, they suggested that I have a tummy tuck at the same time, because although they could repair the hernia, which was like the hole in my abdomen, there would be no muscle repair during that surgery. So the only way to repair muscle tissue would be to do a tummy tuck. So that's what I did. I was like, hey, while you're in there, might as well fucking tighten it up. So that's what I did in March of 2023. I had a hernia repair surgery and abdominoplasty, tummy tuck. We'll just say tummy tuck. But I had that surgery, which it was a hard recovery. I kind of forgot when I had my abdominal surgery 8 years ago, right after Cam was born. I forgot how hard of a recovery an abdominal type surgery is. Like, you hold so much power in your core. Like, every time you move your body, like, you're using your core. And when you're recovering from an abdominal surgery, like, the second you move your body, like, you're in so much pain. So it was a really hard recovery, but at least this time I was prepared for it. Like I said before, my first abdominal surgery was an emergency because the cyst that I had ruptured. So that one I was not prepared for. And of course, I was postpartum with Cam. That was a disaster and very traumatic. But this surgery I had been preparing for. I knew it was going to be a couple weeks of pretty intense pain. And so I was ready for it this time. And very quickly, I would say the first week was like the hardest. It was pretty hard. But after about a week, I was able to move around a little bit more, and little by little, I was having less pain and discomfort, and I was gaining more strength in my abdomen area. Like I said, I was working out with my trainer prior to this, and she is certified and specializes in pre and postpartum fitness. She does a lot of pelvic floor exercise. So she had me doing a lot of that pre-surgery because she said, even though you're going to have all the surgery done, it will definitely help your recovery. And I was like so excited once I actually started gaining some feeling back in my stomach area. Like she was right. It was definitely like I felt like I had some strength in my abdomen area. And I immediately, like, once I was able to get the drains out and take the bandages off and they give you this girdle to wear for a couple weeks. But as soon as I could, like, really see myself and what I looked like, I was like, oh my God, like, this is life changing. I look on the outside how I like want to feel on the inside. Like I had so much healing left to do, but like already I was like, oh my God, like I am not going to let this go to waste. This was like the beginning of my health and fitness journey, really, because I finally felt I looked on the outside how I wanted to feel on the inside. I wanted to look good, of course. I wanted to, when I worked out, I wanted to see the results because that really does keep you going. And for me, fitness is not all about looking good. It has really become more so like feeling good. But of course, we want to see the results. We want to, if your goal is to, after you have a baby, to lose weight and get your stomach back looking good again, if you're just doing all this work and not seeing any results, it's gonna deter you from continuing. It's not going to give you that motivation to keep going. So to finally be able to see some results, I was like, girl, I'm going to fucking do this. I was talking to my trainer. I was like, I cannot fucking wait until we can really start working out again. I couldn't work out for about 12 weeks. Like I could walk. That was about it. I wasn't allowed to do any weightlifting or strength training. I couldn't do any abdominal exercises for, I believe, about 12 weeks. So it was really just about, for me, during that time, once I was out of the post-surgery phase and I was still at home. I wasn't back at work yet, but I was able to take some walks. Luckily, it was springtime. I had my surgery in March. The weather was getting nice, so I was able to start walking, and I was able to obviously concentrate on my diet at that point and really just start incorporating these healthier habits and really making them a lifestyle. You talk to people about their goals all the time, and it's really just they want to lose weight. They want to look and feel good. But then you ask them, like, okay, what are you doing on a regular basis? And usually they're not doing the same thing on a regular basis. And that's really, I feel like, where a lot of people struggle, and I definitely struggled with before. But I felt like during my post-surgery and I was home and I had more time to really dedicate to this lifestyle change, it's really when I concentrated on creating some healthy habits. And so I want to share with you, no matter where you are, like in your health and fitness journey, I just really want to talk to you about some simple things that you can start to incorporate into your daily routine that over time has such a big impact and will really start to make health and fitness a part of your life. And so I'm going to give you some healthy habits, tips that I did, that I continue to do, and have really changed my life and have really helped me make health and fitness just my lifestyle now. And also, I want to add, I feel like as women, it is so important to like the way that you look and especially the way that you feel. And that looks different for everybody. I am not someone who wants to be like a stick figure. I fallen in love with weightlifting, strength training. I like a booty. I like some muscles. I'm not a skinny little bitch. For me, that's what makes me feel my best, and I feel I look my best. I feel like I look better now at 43 years old than I did when I was 23 years old. But it has to do with consistency and really just making health and fitness a priority for yourself. With that being said, no matter where you are in your journey right now, if you are looking to lose a little weight, if you are happy with the way that you look overall, but you just feel like you could improve with your health. And I'm just going to give you a couple tips that have really helped me, and my trainer has approved of these tips. And so I'm going to share with you the things that have helped me the most and that you can easily incorporate into your daily routine that will make a very big impact. So the first thing is, which I tell all of my new mom clients, like I said before, I'm a hairstylist. So I have so many clients that are having babies, and we talk about all things motherhood, all things postpartum. And a lot of these first time moms, they're really scared. Like they don't know what to expect. And a lot of them are concerned with their body postpartum. And I say, girl, do not try to fucking rush and get back into a fitness routine. Do not try to get snatched in that first year after having a baby. Like, you just had a fucking baby. Like, your body has changed so much. Like, you're going to be exhausted. You're not going to have the energy to go back to working out, or if you didn't work out before, to start working out. Like, you're not, realistically, it's just not going to happen. You need to be okay with that, because so many people try to rush it and then they just end up crashing and burning and they give up immediately. And so the first thing that I like to advise my friends, my clients, anyone who is postpartum, just had a baby, or if you are just new to working out, you don't have an established workout routine, that's fine. First thing I would do is just start walking. Just take walks. It is so effective and it is so beneficial in so many ways. I look so forward to walking now. So I generally work out a couple times a week, which I will get into that. I try to walk every day, no matter if I'm strength training or if I'm working out in the gym that day. I call them like my mental health walks. It clears your head. It boosts your mood. Walking is beneficial in so many ways, but it is great for exercising. It is great for if you are strength training. You will continue to build that muscle. You're not going to lose that muscle that you're trying to build. Walking is great cardiovascular exercising. It is great for your mind. It is the number one thing that I tell people. I'm like, I don't care where you are with your health and fitness, just walk. If you do nothing else, just walk. It was the only thing that I could do when I was recovering post-surgery, and it's the only thing that a lot of new moms can do after having a baby. It's so easy. I remember after I had Cam, I had him in May. He was a May baby. So I would put him in his stroller and I would just get out and take walks. So you get so cooped up in the house after having a baby. And it's so nice to you can put the baby in the stroller and you can just walk. And a lot of times the baby will sleep while you take a walk. Sometimes we're so tired, whether we just had a baby or post-surgery or just not used to working out regularly. We're just like not used to like exerting energy. And you actually will have more energy if you walk, which is crazy. But working out actually will give you more energy. So that would be my number one thing. Just start with walking. You can walk anywhere at any time. I also have a treadmill in my house. So if the weather is really nasty, or in the summertime, if it's 100 degrees out, I'll walk on the treadmill. Or you can, if you belong to a gym, you can walk on the treadmill at the gym. You got to do it. It's good for so many reasons. So start there, start with walking. The next thing that I would try to do is start to, especially for women, it is so important to strength train. And by strength train, lift weights. And I lift heavy weights. It is such a myth that if you lift heavy, you're going to bulk up. It takes a lot for women to bulk up. You have to be intentionally like bodybuilding and eating an excess of like protein. It's hard to bulk up, but strength training is so good for women for so many reasons, especially as we get older. You lose muscle mass as you get older. And like when you're in your 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, if you over time are losing muscle mass, you're going to be more prone to injuries and to falling. So strength training when you're still young, like me at 43. No, I have not always strength trained, but now that I do, I feel at 43, I feel like I'm 23, or at least maybe 33. But it gives you so much energy. It gives you so much strength that you didn't know that you had. I feel so strong all the time. And I love, that is what has made me fall in love with, I think, fitness the most, is strength training. I love feeling strong as a woman, and especially as a mom, because I love being able to get down on the ground and do push-ups with my 8-year-old son. And he's impressed. He's, oh, okay, mommy, you can work out just like me. I love that. I love being able to have energy to run around. We just played football last weekend with my son and his friends and their parents. And I was running up and down the field. And I'm so grateful that I have the energy to do that, to do those things. So I try to strength train now. I generally strength train about 3 to 5 times a week. And that is something that I've worked up to. I haven't always worked out that many times a week. But what I would say when you're in the beginning stages of adding this into your routine, because this is where people fall off. People are like, they join the gym, they start going to a trainer, they join like an online program, and immediately the programs are like, you have to work out 4 or 5 times a week. And they're like, fuck it, I'm out. Nope, too much. I'm not working out. I can't go from not working out at all to working out 5 times a week. Like, not realistic, not going to happen. I get it. And so what I would suggest is in the beginning, when you are incorporating this into your daily routine, is I like to make a weekly schedule, which I have posted on my Instagram before, because I like to show people like how you plan your workouts around your schedule. Everybody's schedule is different. Every single person, their work schedule is different. Their schedule with their kids is different. So you have to plan according to what's going to work for you. So I like to post every week, like my workout schedule for the week. It's around my work schedule, around my husband's work schedule, around my son's sports schedule. I take into consideration all of those things, because if you want to make working out part of your lifestyle, if you want to make it part of your daily routine, then you have to plan accordingly. You can't just say, oh, like I'll try to work out this day and this day. If you don't plan it, it's not going to happen. Just like everything else, put it on your schedule. Make a plan for the week. just like you make a work schedule. Your kids have sports schedules. Make an appointment like you would anything else and put it on your schedule. And you're more likely to follow through if you have planned it realistically into your week. And so I would suggest in the beginning having a goal of, if let's say you have not been strength training at all and you're just getting into it. Let's say you've started incorporating walking more regularly into your schedule. I would try to start with 2 times a week going to the gym, or you can get weights and have them at home. I have a set at home, the adjustable weights. They're space saving. You don't have to have a whole bunch of different weights, but those are really easy to have at home, and you can do them in your living room, your basement, your bedroom, wherever. Or if you do belong to a gym, I would simply start with a lower body day and an upper body day and start there. Once you get consistent with doing that, incorporating your walking and your twice a week with your strength training, then I would try to add a 3rd day in and do a core and cardio day. If I can do strength training 3 times a week, that's like my minimum. My minimum now is 3 times a week. I see my trainer twice a week. And if I can at least get 1 other day in besides when I see her, and then I walk periodically throughout the week, I try to get at least 5 walks in a week, if not every day. But for me, that's like my baseline. That's my minimum. Anything over that, I feel like I had a great fucking week. Like I was really on point. I planned accordingly. And I really try to, like I said, work out or strength train 3 to 5 times a week now, because I just love it so much. I know I feel better after I work out. So I really try to prioritize it. It doesn't always work out just because things pop up. You get sick. I didn't work out for a week and a half this past week because I was sick and I just didn't have the energy. I could barely breathe. I was coughing. It's life. But don't let that deter you. Don't completely fall off the wagon just because you fucking got sick for a week. As soon as you're feeling better, give yourself time to rest and get better, but then make your schedule. I'm feeling better. Let me plan my workouts for this coming week and just get back on the wagon. Like, people give up so easily because they feel, oh, I haven't worked out this past week. Like, I ruined everything. Like, I'm out of my routine and there's no point. Just get back in it as soon as you can. And we're talking about making this your lifestyle. This is like you're playing the long game. This is not because we're trying to lose 10 pounds because we're going on vacation. We don't have a time limit. This is how we want to consistently show up for ourselves from here on out. We are establishing a new lifestyle, a new routine, a new daily and weekly routine. So as soon as you can get back in it, just get back in it. I feel like we have to, throughout our life, give ourselves some grace sometimes. We are so hard on ourselves. We mess up and we just don't, you got to pick yourself back up. There's going to be times in our lives when we're not going to be able to consistently work out, whether you have a surgery or you're sick or you just had a baby, whatever the case may be. Don't beat yourself up. Do what you can when you can do it, and give yourself some grace, give yourself some time to rest, and then just get back in it when you can, when you're feeling better, when you are ready to reestablish your routine. Okay. The next tip, this is hard for me. I hate to fucking cook. I fucking despise it. But this is key to really staying on point with your fitness and health goals. Meal prepping. You guys, like I said, I hate to fucking cook, but I have found some really easy recipes that I make on a consistent basis that they're like no-brainers for me. And I will definitely share some of them on Instagram. I have shared some of them, but I will share them again. I am not someone who counts calories. I don't track my macros. I'm not like a food tracker type person because, again, I'm not specifically trying to lose like a certain amount of weight. I feel like if you are someone who has like a significant amount of weight to lose, then you should probably be working with a nutritionist and a trainer, and they will definitely tell you if you need to be tracking what you're eating, because when you're trying to lose a significant amount of weight, you do have to be aware and conscious of what you're putting into your body. But we're not talking about that right now. I am simply talking about trying to be more mindful of what you're eating, how you're eating, the amount that you're eating. I feel like that was always my problem, is I would just fucking grab whatever, whenever. I'm a hairstylist, so like I would go all day without eating sometimes, maybe just like drinking a coffee and having a granola bar because that's all I had time to eat. And then I would get home at 7, 8 o'clock at night and I would eat everything in the fucking refrigerator because I was starving to death. So in the last, I would say really the last year, I have really incorporated meal prepping into my weekly routine, I would say. So I usually will meal prep on a Sunday, or I work Mondays now. I used to sometimes meal prep on Mondays when I was off, but I do work Mondays now. So usually when I meal prep, I will meal prep on a Sunday and I will make lunches for me to take to work. My husband, which I'm so excited about, has recently started meal prepping. He's such a copycat. He loves to see what I'm doing, and he'll he's slowly gotten into going to the gym now. I for years could not get him to go to the gym. He goes to the gym now consistently. And as of recently, he has started meal prepping, and he actually likes to cook. So I'm very excited by this because he actually has started meal prepping for the both of us, which I'm just like, dude, that is speaking my fucking love language. Like, cooking for me, yes. So anyway, he and I both meal prep, and we will generally meal prep lunches for the most part. We will plan our dinners together, and usually we'll make dinner and have some leftover for lunches for the next day. But generally speaking, we will meal prep for our lunches for the week. There's a couple different easy things that we'll make. We don't do anything crazy. A lot of times we'll just bake some chicken, make some vegetables. I buy like cups of rice that I can just microwave and toss in my container. I do a homemade, healthy, like chicken fried rice. But there's so many good recipes that you can make. I also will sometimes prep some like Kodiak muffins for the week that we can just grab for like breakfast or an easy snack. Protein muffins. Just find things that you like, but then also that are like easy, simple. You don't have to do anything crazy. And honestly, we rotate the same shit week to week. If you get bored with eating, then you definitely would want to find like a bunch of different recipes that you can make and switch out from week to week. But I'm fine. Like when I'm at work, like I'm happy to just eat. I'm usually shoving something down my throat in about 4 minutes. So I'm just happy to have something good and healthy to eat when I'm at work between clients. So I'm not too picky with having a whole bunch of different recipes. I usually make the same things. But anyway, the point is, in order to really stay in your healthy fitness mindset and really to reach your fitness goals, meal prepping is super helpful with that. If you order out a lot, like you're gonna really do yourself a disservice. You can order healthy things, but I feel like when we like DoorDash, it tends to not be as healthy as if we would like just make it at home. So I feel like it's the same thing as like making your workout schedule for the week. make your meal plan for the week. And again, it could just be as simple as these are the days I'm working this week. I'm going to make this to take to work for lunch. And then, these are the nights that we're home. Like, these are the dinners we're going to have. And just, once or twice a week, I am a big Instacart girly. Like, I hate going to the grocery store. So, like, I'll just order everything that I need to make what I need to make for that week. So I have it and I'm ready to, on my day off or over the weekend, I'm ready to prep my meals for the week. It really is just about planning ahead and just being a little bit more organized with it, which, it's not easy for everyone. Organization takes practice. I'm a big list person. I have a notebook with me at all times because I'm making grocery lists. I'm making my schedule, my workout schedule for the week. I'm planning my meals for the week. Like, I am constantly like, if I don't write shit down, like, it's not gonna fucking happen. The mom brain is mom braining. If I don't write it down, like, I tell people that all the time. I'm like, let me write it down. Let me put it on my calendar because otherwise it doesn't fucking exist. And that's just the way that it is. And I'm sure all of you can relate to that because it's just, we have so many things we're thinking about at all times. It's like impossible. It seems very overwhelming when you think about, oh my God, I have to work out, I have to meal prep, I have to grocery shop. It sounds like a lot, but if you just break it down into smaller pieces, if you break it down onto like a weekly basis, it's not as overwhelming as you think. And it's just really like incorporating these small habits, and over time, it will become habits. You're forming new healthy habits. You got to give it time. You're not going to be perfect right away, but if you just break it down into smaller, like bite-sized pieces, and first you start trying to incorporate a couple walks a week, and then before you know it, you're incorporating a couple days of strength training, and then before you know it, you're planning your meals and you're meal prepping your lunches. It takes a little bit of effort. It takes a lot of effort, but it's not hard. It really just comes down to being a little bit organized and just planning ahead. So then the next thing that I'm gonna tell you has changed a lot for me, and it's the simplest thing in the world to do. It's fucking drink water. And I know people are like, I hate to drink water. They act like it's fucking poison. Dude, you gotta drink water. And no, Gatorade is not water. No, Prime is not water. Crystal Light is not water, Mom. My mom, I drink so much. I make Crystal Light every day. I'm like, Mom, Crystal Light is not water. First of all, it has like artificial sweetener in it, which don't even get me started on that. She's been drinking Crystal Light my entire life. I'm like, Mom, drink plain old fucking water and get some like hydration packets. They make flavored hydration packs nowadays, Mom. Like, it's 2024. Get rid of the Crystal Light. But I don't go anywhere without like my emotional security jug. Every day, no matter where I am, I always have my jug. I love the Hydro Jug because and I'm not sponsored by Hydro Jug. I'm literally just like sharing with you what I like, what works for me. But my trainer actually introduced me to the Hydro Jugs. I was always a Stanley girly, a Stanley slut. But the thing I like better actually about the Hydro Jug, which I think Stanley has copied the Hydro Jug, what I saw recently, but they have this like little flip straw that you can tuck down and then it doesn't spill. Because a couple weeks ago I was at the gym and I think my Hydro Jug was like in the dishwasher or something. So I took my Stanley to the gym and I knocked it over and it fucking spilled everywhere. And I was like, ugh. If only I had my Hydro Jug. But that is one thing that I like about the Hydro Jug. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But this is most of the Hydro Jugs and the Stanleys. They come in 40 ounces. And I just fill this bitch up like I would say probably 2 to 3 times a day. I fill it up before I go to the gym. I fill it up before I go to work, but I try to at least, at minimum, drink 2 full jugs a day. So basically like 80 ounces of water a day, if not more. And I generally will I get like the little hydration packs. You can get like liquid IV. They're a little expensive. I get like the cheaper ones on Amazon, but you can get the electrolyte packets to add to it. And it just gives it a little flavor. And so you don't get bored with drinking your fucking water, because I know all of you guys are like love to bitch and complain about drinking water, but water is essential when you're on starting a health and fitness routine. If you can do literally nothing else with your life, drink fucking water and take a fucking walk. Period. That alone will change so much for you. I'm not going to get into all the reasons why you need to drink water. We all know why water is super beneficial for us. I'm not going to get into it. Save that for another day. When I bring my trainer, Allison, on, I'll let her give you all the benefits of that, because honestly, it's fucking boring. Drink your fucking water. Get a cute fucking emotional support cup like a Hydro Jug or a fucking Stanley. Get your favorite color. Make it aesthetic and drink some fucking water and get it together. Okay. And then one more tip that I feel like has helped me a lot when I'm just like, I'm not in the mood to work out today. I'm unmotivated and I just need something to like get me through. Oh my God, for the love of God, find a good playlist to listen to. I have headphones on when I go to the gym. I have the most ratchet ass playlist at all times. I cannot work out unless somebody is like calling me a bitch or a hoe or a slut in my ear. I can't fucking do it. My trainer, I got your ratchet mix ready for you. Like we need to listen to some Megan Thee Stallion, some Glorilla, some whatever, throw it back, put some fucking 50 Cent on, put some whatever works for you, whatever's going to get you pumped. I like to feel pumped up when I work out. Like I need something that's going to get me pumped. So that I would highly recommend. If you're just taking your little emotional support walk, by all means, download a podcast to listen to. You can listen to mine. You can listen to this while you take your walk. But sometimes if I am just taking a walk around my neighborhood, I will listen to a podcast instead of listening to music. But if I'm at the gym and I need to get through that fucking 10 minutes of torture on the fucking Stairmaster, you bet your fucking ass that somebody is going to be telling me to get my bitch ass up those steps. I need something to really pump me the fuck up. So, highly recommend that for your more intense workouts, I should say, to find something that's really going to get you through. I highly recommend just go on Spotify. They'll make a playlist for you based off of what you like, but just, find some good music to listen to. And then, for your walks, find a good podcast to listen to. Or what I would do sometimes if I had a cardio day and I was going to be on the treadmill for a while, or the Stairmaster. I can't watch things on my phone. I need music for the Stairmaster, but for the treadmill, sometimes I feel like I need something to like actually look at. And sometimes I don't like looking at the TVs in the gym because I don't know, they always have on Fox News, or I don't want to watch the news. I want to watch something that is going to take my mind off of walking on this fucking incline. Sometimes I will download or I will save specific shows, like all my Bravo shows, my Housewives. I'll be like, no, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to save it for like my cardio day, because I have 30 to 45 minutes of cardio that I need to get through. So perfect. I can watch an episode of Housewives, or I can just find a show that's 30, 40 minutes long and save those episodes for your cardio days, and then it just helps you get through your workout so much. It's like the time passes and you're like, oh, I just watched an episode of my favorite show and it was like nothing. But I find that very helpful. Find music that pumps you up, gets you through your workouts. Listen to a podcast to get you through your workouts, or find a show that you can watch to get you through like your cardio workouts. You can't be watching a show when you're lifting weights, but if you're on the treadmill or the bike, watching a show for a half hour is like the time's gonna fly. So those are things that have really helped me not only get through my workouts, but really just enjoy my workouts. Like, I look forward to that time to myself where I can just let loose and get out some frustration from the week, or just boost my energy. Or I look forward to when I have time to like just work out and watch my shows. And you gotta find a way to find it enjoyable. And I truly do look forward, for the most part, not every day, but I truly do look forward to working out, just because it has become something that I know I'm going to feel so much better afterwards. And I've really learned to love it at this point. With all that being said, I really hope that if you are listening to this, I'm assuming that making health and fitness a part of your life is something that you're trying to do. And I really hope that these tips that I gave you will help you, just like a little jump start, because that really is the hardest part when trying to establish a new routine of any kind, but especially health and fitness. Just starting, it's the hardest part. But I feel like when you start small and build these healthy habits over time, it becomes not as overwhelming. You just got to break it down into bite-size daily habits, and over time build upon it. And before you know it, you're going to be a badass fucking bitch, looking amazing, feeling amazing, lifting weights at the gym. Like, you're going to be doing it all. And again, everybody's goals are different when it comes to health and fitness. My goals are probably different than your goals, but it is these tips, these habit forming tips, they can go across the board for anyone, whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're a new mom and you're just trying to feel better and reestablish a workout routine, whether you have never worked out before in your life and you are starting from scratch. These are all things that you can start to do and incorporate into your everyday life that, before you know it, it's just going to be what you do. These are now just things that I do without even thinking. They're a no-brainer for me, and they have really changed my life. I feel better. For me, health and fitness has become, it's so much deeper for me than like how I look on the outside. For me, it has really become, I feel the best I felt in my entire life, honestly. Finally, at 43 years old, I feel like I have created a lifestyle that I love, that I'm proud of, that I feel like, more importantly, sustainable. You want to think of the long game. Again, not just like how to lose a quick couple pounds. This is setting yourself up for living the healthiest, best life that you can possibly live. And it's going to carry over into so many other aspects of your life. I never in a million years would have thought I would be sitting here talking to you about health and fitness. And here we are. And it is something that it's become so important to me. And I've talked to my friends and my family and my clients about just little things that they can do to improve, to help them create healthy habits and increase their energy levels. And I'm just so passionate about it at this point. It's changed my life for the better. And I'm just so excited to share more with you when it comes to health and fitness. And it doesn't have to be so fucking overwhelming. I'm not someone who can just go from A to Z. I need to take baby steps. I feel like I'm just getting started with like my health and fitness journey. Like I am just going to continue on this path and it excites me. Like I love feeling healthy. So many years I didn't feel healthy. I didn't feel like I was in good shape. I didn't love the way I looked. But these simple things have changed my life so much. And I really hope that it helps you wherever you are on your journey. And like I said, I'm going to be definitely diving deeper into health and fitness. I'm going to bring my trainer on and we will have so much more to give to you. And I hope that you will really use it to your benefit and get excited and just know that wherever you are in your journey, it's not too late to start. It's not too late to start over. You can really change your life whenever you want to, but you just have to make that decision for yourself. And it really is just about prioritizing your health, prioritizing fitness, and incorporating small habits into your daily life. And before you know it, you're going to be making big changes. You're going to see big changes, and it's just going to motivate you even more to continue. And I hope that this has maybe inspired you to get started or to help you reach whatever goals you're trying to achieve. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. And I'm so excited to bring you more when it comes to health and fitness and just feeling good about your body. I have a lot more body confidence episodes coming, and thank you guys so much. Good luck with everything, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Show me some love by sharing this episode and be the first to know when new episodes drop by following the show wherever you get your podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube and follow me on social media at Mommy You Said the F Word.